The sun is playing a secret melody, hidden inside itself. The sounds are coursing through its interior slowly and rhythmically, like the regular rise and fall of tides or a beating heart. The sun is quietly singing. Its boiling and throbbing gases create sound waves that resonate like a bell or a giant gong within its interior. These oscillations are visible as waves when they reach the surface, but their frequencies are too low to be audible by human ears. Fortunately, astronomers at Stanford University were able to record these acoustical pressure waves and speed them up approximately 42,000 times in order to produce a frequency that we can hear. The result is a tone or a musical note whose frequency is 144 cycles per second. And the frequency of 144 cycles per second is harmonically related to the note of A in Pythagorean tuning, or 432 cycles per second. The frequency of 432 cycles per second is synchronized and harmonically related to the rhythm of the human heart, which beats 4,320 times per hour, or 72 beats per minute. The beating heart is also connected to larger cycles of time, like the retrograde cycle of the stars, which moves at a rate of 1 degree every 72 years. This cycle goes full circle every 25,920 years, which is 432 times 60. The number 432 is related to an even larger cosmological time frame, according to mythology and the Sanskrit scriptures that describe the Kali Yuga cycle of time to be 432,000 years. While the human heart rate of 4,320 beats per hour cannot be fully explained by the singing sun because sound waves don't propagate through the vacuum of space. However, a paper recently published in the journal Science describes a new technique for determining when sunspots will form a day or two before they appear on the surface. Doctorate students at Stanford Physics Department and lead author of the paper said when sunspots bubble up from inside the sun, they disrupt sound waves that are produced by shifting plasma. Sunspots are associated with solar flare explosions of charged particles called coronal mass injections, and the sun's solar flare cycle runs from high to low over an 11-year period. If we speed up this cycle to 11 cycles per second, we find that one of the harmonics of 11 is 432. The musical connection between the sunspot cycle and the rhythm of the heart indicates that while the sun's song might not be acoustically influencing the solar system, it does translate to a rhythm of coronal mass ejections that affect Earth and other planets. For example, researchers have noticed a correlation between sunspot activity and the planetary alignments of Saturn and Jupiter. Solar maximum, the peak of the sunspot cycle, is correlated with the conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter, and solar minimums, the low point of the sunspot cycle, when the planets are in opposition. The question is whether the orbits of these two planets are keeping time to the song of the sun, or do their orbits affect the cycles of the sun and its interior harmonies, as some researchers suggest. If the sun is the conductor of the solar system orchestra, we would expect Earth to also be in tune with the sun's song. Scientists, particularly those who study earthquakes, once thought that the Earth's long-period acoustic waves or free oscillations occurred as the result of large earthquakes. However, it is now known that the Earth freely oscillates even in seismically inactive periods. The Earth's background, free oscillations, are also known as the Earth's hum. The source of these free oscillations of the Earth have been a long-standing mystery. Researchers have speculated the Earth's hum is the result of ocean waves colliding with the seafloor. The harmonic connection of 432 from the sun's song suggests that the Earth's hum is most likely coming from atmospheric disturbances caused by the sun. When we look at the harmonic chart of 144, we find that the sixth harmonic is 864 cycles per second. And by coincidence, or maybe not, The diameter of the sun is 864,000 miles. The reason the sun's diameter is related to 864 is because the definition of the mile is 5,280 feet. The number 528, when treated as a musical note, contains the harmonic of 7,920, which happens to be the diameter of the Earth. And the other numbers we have examined, like 9, 72, 144, they also share the harmonic of 7,920. The frequency of 528 in terahertz, or trillions of cycles per second, and measured as a wavelength, is related to the color green. Green is the result of the sun's photosynthesis in plants, which helps explain why alchemical symbols for transformation and personal growth often contain the color green. The song of the sun appears to be connected to the music of the spheres after all. What was once believed to be a silly idea from a distant and naive civilization is turning out to be the fundamental vibration of the universe. Quantum physics is catching up with the knowledge of our ancestors with their suggestion that all matter is in some way connected to a greater field of interconnected consciousness. I like to think of it as heart consciousness. Heart consciousness keeping time to the cosmic song.